It's coming on. Give it a minute. All right.
This is cause number 619-428, State of Texas versus Rodolfo Reyes. This is a motion to revoke community supervision. First document I'm looking at is entitled Defendant's Consent to a Motion to Revoke Probation Hearing by Video Conference, which is purportedly signed by both the defendant and his attorney, Roland Garcia. Mr. Reyes, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And Mr. Garcia, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
The next document I have is entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. And the copy I have is not marked where it should be, where it is a revocation of the defendant's community supervision and the defendant has the right to appeal the court's actions revoking the community supervision, but not the underlying conviction. Mr. Garcia, do you agree that that is the appropriate line to mark on this document?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and I have signatures from both Mr. Reyes. Is this your signature, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Garcia, is this your signature, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Gross, I remind you, you have been previously sworn. This is an uncontested motion to revoke probation. Representing the state is Mr. Jeffrey Wright. On the motion to revoke community supervision, how does the defendant plead?
Approved, Your Honor.
Okay, and Susan, what is the status of Mr. Reyes' probation plea?
His reporting has been good. We last saw him on September 16th of 2020. He has paid $600 towards his fees. He has a balance of $106 and he is current at this time. He's completed 34 of his 48 hours community service. He's completed DWI education, victim impact panel, and CATSNP. He has had 2 positive drug tests for marijuana. He's had 1 positive for alcohol on the Smart Start mobile device, 1 diluted, and 9 negative drug tests since he's been on probation. He's currently on Smart Start mobile, testing it 4 times a day. He has had 5 skips and 1 high BRAC on August 28th of 2020, registering at 0.039, and he failed to conduct a retest on the device. His officer is recommending that his Smart Start be increased to 6 times a day for a minimum of 60 days.
That'd be our recommendation too, Judge.
Does everybody agree that our biggest problem, maybe our only problem with Mr. Reyes' probation right now is this 1 positive on August 28, 20 of 0.039, and otherwise he's doing okay? Do we all agree on that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. And Judge, his criminal history includes an assault, bodily injury, possession of controlled substance, penalty group 1 less than 1 gram. Of course, this case, and then a second possession of controlled substance, penalty group 1 less than 1 gram.
Okay, well, it sounds like we're doing good and we're not falling back on our old ways. We're except for falling off the wagon this one time, we're doing okay. Roland, would you agree that that's pretty accurate?
Yes, sir. Haven't been a professional drinker, Your Honor. I definitely agree with that.
All right. Mr. Reyes, the court accepts your plea of true to all conditions on the motion to revoke probation. I deny this motion to revoke your probation. Order your probation be continued with all prior requirements, altering and amending conditions, modifying your Smart Start mobile back to 6 blows a day. Roland, that's gonna, if he shows me a 30-day period of time at 6 blows a day where he doesn't blow a high BRAC for alcohol and he doesn't miss or he doesn't skip any tests, I'll crank him back down to 4, but I won't know he's done that. You got to let me know.
Okay, Judge.
And otherwise, we're good. Susan, anything else we need to modify on Mr. Reyes?
Yes, sir. As part of his pretrial conditions, Your Honor, you had him on a full house arrest, full GPS. And I'd like to.
Do any other?
I couldn't hear you, Judge.
Did I have him on Scram too, or just GPS?
Just GPS. GPS is the only thing that they have that he's under right now. Smart Start and GPS.
Okay, we're going to waive all that, put him back on normal probation stuff. He's on monthly UAs, random. And Reyes, one last word for you. You give me a word you're not going to drink on me?
I will not, Your Honor.
All right, you're the man. Anything further from the state or the defense of Mr. Reyes?
No, Your
Nothing
Honor.
further.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Thank you, Mr. Reyes.
Good to see
Hold
you,
on,
Judge.
Mr.
Thank you.
Reyes, don't go anywhere. Mr.
Okay.
Reyes, can you jump in front of the camera so I can see you for a second? There you go. All right, either myself or your officer are gonna be reaching out to you with some paperwork via your email. You're gonna need to sign that paperwork and send it back, okay? Call your officer, let your officer know what happened today. And if for some reason you don't get in touch or receive that paperwork within 24 hours, and you send an email to your officer asking where that paperwork is, it's your responsibility to get a hold of them, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, any questions?
Besides taking the GPS off, how do I go about that?
You'll have to contact your pretrial people. They're the ones that will be the ones to take it off. The court will put it in the computer that they can remove it, but they are the ones that have to take it off.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you. Don't come back, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Petrusek, are you ready on Ms. Shear's case?
I guess I'd like a moment to talk to the state judge
Y'all want to go to a breakout room? You're welcome to
and
do.
maybe you, if you want to join us.
We can just talk right now if it's okay with you. What I see is that allegedly Ms. Shear's been missing since 2011. She has 2 prior theft cases, and she didn't do anything on this probation. That's what I'm dealing with. I don't know what else. But Susan, is that pretty accurate? Susan,
Okay, do we take you and put you in a break room? Yes or no?
I think Mary just wants to talk now with everybody here. Is that correct, Mary?
Yeah, that'll work, Judge.
It's just,
Jeff, Mary is asking what the state's recommendation is going to be at this point, I think.
Due to the age of the case and because of the charge is a 50 to 500, I would probably just recommend grant the state's motion, 3 days Bear County Jail, $150 fine, court costs, credit for time served, judgment satisfied. It's just so old, and I don't even know. I can't even pull up what they stole or even what happened.
Okay, Mary, my records reflect that Miss Shears got 3 days credit for Bear County Jail. So probably what we could do with your permission would be to go ahead and revoke her and sentence her to 9 days Bear County Jail and, $500 fine. And actually, it's just whatever the original fine was. I don't know what it was. Susan will find that out. And then judgment satisfied. Would that be equitable to the defense?
Yeah, I think so, Judge. I think my concern was that she's 35 weeks pregnant. So if the court was going to ask for any jail time, that she just be placed on GPS house arrest. But it sounds like she has enough days in to satisfy the court's.
I'm going to sentence her to have small children of mass destruction and have to spend about 21 years taking care of them. I can't think of a worse sentence than that, probably.
No comment from the defense.
In clause 318332, State of Texas versus Catherine Ann Shearer, the first document I'm looking at, defendant's consent to MTR hearing by video conference, which purports to have both Ms. Shearer's signature and Ms. Petruzek's signature on it as attorney. And Ms. Shearer, is this your signature on this document, ma'am?
Yes, Judge.
And Ms. Petruzek, is this your signature as attorney for Ms. Shearer?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Next document I have is entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. And on my particular document, it is not marked, but it should be marked, is a revocation of the defendant's community supervision, and the defendant has a right to appeal the court's actions revoking the community supervision, but not the underlying conviction. Petruzek, would you agree that that's the correct place to mark this document?
I'm sorry, Judge. Can you repeat that? Because I think she was on straight probation from what I was reading.
My understanding is she's on straight probation, and this is the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal document. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different paragraphs that relate to the specific case we're dealing with. And in this particular case, this would be a revocation of the defendant's community supervision, and the defendant has the right to appeal the court's actions revoking the community supervision, but not the underlying conviction.
Okay, yes, Judge.
Agree with
That
that?
is my understanding.
Do you agree with that as the ADA?
Yes, Judge.
And this document also allegedly is signed by both Ms. Shear and Ms. Petrozek. Ms. Shear, is this your signature on this document, ma'am?
Yes, Judge.
And Ms. Petrozek, would this be your signature on this document?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Okay. Ms. Shear, in cause 318332 on the motion to revoke probation, how do you plead, ma'am?
I plead true.
Okay. Susan, I remind you, you're still under oath. Would you please advise us of the status of Ms. Shear's probation at this time?
Judge, Ms. Shear has performed very poorly on probation in that she has never reported. She signed her conditions and we've never had contact with her. There were never any payments made. She has a balance of $1,478. She did not complete any of her 80 hours of community service. The court was gracious and did not assess any classes, and she also was not assessed any fine. Due to the age of the case and the fact that she is totally non-compliant, we are recommending revocation and that she serve her full sentence.
State recommendation on Ms. Shear?
State recommends you grant the state's motion, sentence the defendant through 3 days Bexar County Jail, $150 fine plus court costs, credit for time served, time money run concurrent, judgment satisfied.
And defense, I assume you're in agreement with that?
Yes, Judge, we are.
Okay, Ms. Shear, the court accepts your plea of true to all conditions on the motion to revoke probation. I grant the state's motion to revoke your probation. And instead of sentencing you to 6 months in the Bexar County Jail, which I have the right to do, which would be what, bad, probably bad. Yeah. I'm you to 9 days in the Bexar County Jail, a $0 fine plus court cost, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, judgment satisfied. So we're done with this. You have a conviction for theft, which you had anyway. So thank your lawyer. She's saved you 6 months in jail, and
Thank you.
maybe would have been very entertaining for everybody at the jail, though. That
Yeah.
Judge, can you remove any active warrants and special